Hello everybody, it's Scott Amato, and in this video I'm going to do a showcase of a new application for Minecraft called ModPack Manager by Speiger and Instinx. Okay, ModPack Manager is a very needed application because it installs, creates even, and updates mod packs for third-party launchers like the Minecraft Vanilla Launcher or MultiMC. Okay, those can run modded Minecraft and they can run mod packs, but it's always been a manual and painful process to keep the mods up to date. So this is a very much appreciated and needed application that gives you a powerful suite of tools in which you're able to do that. So let's take a quick look at it in this overview video. All right, so this is the main application window here. Now this interface is kind of like a spreadsheet. So it's, if you've ever used Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, then you'll be familiar with this, but it shows you a lot of information on the screen at one time. It's not the most beautiful thing to look at, but you can quickly see the status of things and you can get a quick overview of all the mods that are installed. And so I have 3 mod packs here, and I have they are available at tabs along the top here. So I have SevTech, Roguelike Adventures, and Stoneblock all installed here. Okay, so for instance in SevTech I've got 243 mods, and this first column will tell you the mod name. Then the second column will tell you the file name on disk if you need to reference that. Okay, now here in the third column we're getting a status indicator to tell us whether the mod is installed locally or not. Okay, so if it's green and it says yes, then it is. All right, when you first pull down a mod pack, it's not going to be installed. It's just going to pull down the information to make it quick to pull stuff down, and you'll be able to see from that. Now here in the fourth column, it's going to indicate whether that is the latest released version of the mod. Okay, so if it's green, it is. If it's red, it's not. Now for a commercial mod pack or a professional mod pack release like SevTech, you're not really going to want to update the individual mods themselves to the latest versions. You're going to want to leave that up to the mod pack author because there's a lot of complex interactions with scripts and what have you. Okay, so if you do decide that you want a feature in a particular mod, you can of course update it. But just be aware that you could break the pack and you voided your warranty and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but you can also update the full mod pack, and that is what we're going to want to do. Now I have Stoneblock here installed in MultiMC, so let's go over to it and take a look at it. All right, so in MultiMC I have created an instance called Stoneblock and installed Forge and the needed version of Minecraft for it. So if I choose Edit Instance here and I go into the loader mods, then I can see that here are all the mods. Okay, so, and it is linked back and forth. Just to give you a quick demonstration of that, let's like take Bobbles here, and I can go to the side here and I can say disable selected mod, and then I can go into MultiMC and you can see that Bobbles is disabled. So they are linked back and forth. Any updates I make to that will be reflected in the other one, but of course let's re-enable it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to actually create that kind of instance in MultiMC. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to download the app and get the things that we need. Okay, so here on the web, on the Greg Tech forum, that is the official page right now for ModPack Manager, and I'll leave a link in the description of course. You're able to download it here and get some information about the mod. So scroll down to the area for downloads and download it to your disk. And then if you have any support issues or whatever, this is a forum post where you can ask questions and stuff and speak to the developers about it. Okay, so once you have pulled it down to your disk, it's going to be a zip file here. Okay, now this is a standalone Java application, but let's go ahead and extract the zip file to our disk. So you can use Archive or on Mac, or you could use WinZip or what have you, or open it as a compressed zip. But you're going to want to decompress and extract the files of that archive. Okay, and inside it's going to contain the application itself, which does have a .jar extension. Okay, it's a Java application, but you know, we're used to mods having that extension or what have you, but this in alone is an application and it has no installer. It is a standalone portable application, so you can move it to different locations on your disk. All the data will be contained inside of its folder so you can see an example here of one where all the data for it is contained inside of it, and so I can move it around, make aliases to this application or whatever. But to launch it, you're going to want to let it through either the Gatekeeper or Windows Defender or what have you, because it is an unsigned application. But if you've got it from the main ModPack Manager site, then you have nothing to worry about. It's a clean application. Okay, so let's go ahead and launch and open it. And I'm going to let it through my firewall here. You probably wouldn't have that. And then you're going to be presented with the option of how many pages of mods you want to pre-cache. Okay, pre-caching pulls down mod information and puts it into a local repository so that it can help you to create your own packs and track mod updates and things like that. Okay, now for the purpose of this video, we're just going to do one page, and I'm going to show you what that means. So once I click that and choose one page, it's going to be fetching mods and fetching mod dependencies. Okay, now what it's actually doing is it's going to CurseForge here, and on the mods, this is just an example of what it's doing. It's actually using an API. It's not like going to this page and doing it, but on here on the mods page, there is 586 pages of mods. Okay, now we're not only pulling down one page of mods, but they are sorted by popularity. So this is the most popular mods. And so that's what it's doing. It's going down and pulling this list of mods and then also pulling their dependencies. Okay, so you know, something might require a library or whatever that goes along with it. So it'll go through and it'll check those dependencies for that mod, and then look at that mod, look at the dependent mod and check its dependencies. Okay, so it's a recursive process that it goes through. You can see that we're checking like 2,600 there. Then it found 11. Now it's checking its dependencies, 388. Now it's checking its dependencies of 2 mods. Okay, so it's a bit of a process that it goes through. And since we don't have any mods currently in our repository, then that is a time investment that you're going to have to make when you first use the application. Eventually, you're going to want to get all the list of mods from CurseForge and, you know, devote maybe an hour or so for it to pull down all of that needed information, and then you will have it locally and it's easy to keep up with updates. Okay, now so what we've ended up with is 63 mods. So that's just the mods on the first page and their dependencies. So a dependency, for example, would be like Chisel has a dependency of the connected textures mod. Okay, so there would be an example of a dependency. Now you can go here into the file section and choose pre-cache mods and get that same window if you want to add more pages. Okay, so that's how you can access that. Now I'm not going to go over to a lot of detail about the repository. I'll do a future video about that. All right, but do be aware that while these mods are being pulled down and these processes are in operation, you cannot do anything else in the application. So just be aware of that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install StoneBlock here in this instance and create a new MultiMC. So here on CurseForge under projects for ModPacks is a good place to get, and by the way, that window that I got for mods, you could get under project mods to show you that. I'm going to get StoneBlock here. So let's go to the StoneBlock page. All right, and to install it, we're going to want to copy the URL, the address from our address bar in our web browser. That's the link that we'll use to grab it. So go here into MultiMC or into the ModPack Manager and hit File, Add ModPack, Add CursePack. Okay, and then paste your link inside of there. Now there is a button to validate it to be sure that you've gotten the right link, that it can pull it down, and we do have a valid one. Now you're going to want to go into MultiMC at this time and set up the instance and stuff that you're going to install into. Okay, so we're going to create a new instance. I can right click or I can choose the add instance button here. I have other videos on the channel about MultiMC if you're not familiar with it, but we're going to choose a 1.12.2 new instance to create, and I'll just call it StoneBlock Test, for instance. Just to know that we're getting it. All right, so I'm going to grab that. Now for the purpose of it installing it and running it and launching it, not for ModPack Manager's purposes, but for the purpose of MultiMC, we're also going to need to know the Forge version, because we're going to want to install Forge. This is a Forge ModPack, and we're going to want to install Forge. So you can get that information many times by going to the File section here for the ModPack and then selecting the version you're going to use. And often in the changelog, it's going to tell you the version of Forge that it uses. Here it's 2772. Okay, now if it doesn't give you that information, then you can download the zip file for the ModPack here on this page, and then you can go in and check inside of that, decompress it, the zip that you downloaded, and look in its manifest.json, and it'll tell you the Forge version. Okay, you're going to need to know the version of Forge to match the mod pack. So back in MultiMC, we're going to right click and choose Edit Instance, and then we're going to install Forge directly inside there. So you can install Forge within MultiMC. All right, so we're going to get 2772 right here from the list and add it. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and launch Minecraft just so that we pull down the folders and stuff that we need. All right, but back here, we need to get our mod pack destination. All right, so the destination is going to be the .minecraft folder inside of your MultiMC instance. So right click on your instance and go to instance folder, and you're going to see there's a .minecraft folder here in the instance. Now Mac, that's a hidden folder, so you're going to want to show hidden files to see that. All right, but we are going to copy the location to this. There was it launched, so I'll go ahead and close that. Now we're going to want to copy the location of this. So select your .minecraft folder and right click and choose copy. Okay, and basically you're copying the folder, not the name of the folder, but the folder itself, and you're going to get the path from it. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting feature that you can go in here and just select paste, and it's going to paste the path to it. So that's very useful, especially in Mac, for instance, where the actual instance data is inside of the MultiMC application. Okay, now you do also have a file browser that you can use if you wanted to go out and browse for it. So we do have the option to set a custom pack name, but I'm just going to leave that as the default for right now. So when we hit OK, it's going to give us the option to choose a version of the mod pack that we want. Normally you're just going to want the latest. So when we hit OK, it's going to download the mod pack data and extract it and get all the mod info available for it. Okay, so that process will take a little bit of time because once again we don't have many mods in our repository, so it's going to need to go through and check those different mods. Okay, so you can see, and it'll give you some information. It's updating the repository and it's going through and doing that. So while it's doing that, let's go ahead and look back at our other instance that we have, and I'm going to go ahead and actually keep this where I can see it so I can tell what's being updated. So you can see that I can run multiple versions of this instance or this application at one time, and that's nice. So I could have different versions dedicated to a set of mod packs or what have you. All right, but let's take a look here at Stoneblock that we have installed. So as I mentioned back in MultiMC, those are linked together. So if I go through and I do any updates on this mod pack, it will be reflected back inside of there. Now, mention that you don't want to update individual mods necessarily, but you can. Okay, so let's say that I select this mod here and I choose change mod versions. Now I can go through and see that there is a version higher that I can select. Okay, and it'll give me the status of it, a release, and all of that kind of stuff. I can also view the change log. Now, not only one change log, but all the change logs for that 1.12.2 for the version of Minecraft that you have, all on one page, which is really super nice to do that, guys. Now, you can also do it with multiple mods. Okay, so with the change mod versions, you go through and select a group of mods here. Okay, and that'll give you contiguous selection with shift or with control or alt. Yeah, control or command. It'll give you a non-contiguous selection. Okay, so you can go through and select, and then you could choose change mod versions to get a list of various mods, and then look at the change logs for all of those. Okay, and have the option to switch between them. All right, here from the top, so I can get all the change logs, and it is super nice to provide that information to you, because when you're updating mods, you definitely want to see what has changed in the mod. Now I can also update all the mods at one time, or have the option to, by pulling all the mods here into the list, and then when I choose show all change logs, it's going to show me the change logs for all of those mods that need updated. In the background, it'll tell you what it's doing, so if you have a slower internet connection, you can get an idea of what's going on. So there's a list of all of them that I can switch between to see what all the various changelogs are. And then of course I can update the mods here. I can choose which ones to ignore or select and things of that nature. Okay, But again, in a commercial mod pack, you want to act a little bit different. Now, I do actually have a version back from here, so we're going to update this mod pack in MultiMC. Okay, so I can choose this button here that says search for mod pack updates. Okay, and it's going to tell me there is an update here to a new version. So when I hit OK, it's going to go through and it's going to download the mod pack, and it's going to back it up, okay, inside of your in this case a MultiMC instance. So now we're working in this instance folder. It's going to go through in this .minecraft folder. Let me close this so I don't get confused. And it's going to create this updater backup inside of here. So it's going to back up your mod pack, your saves, basically everything here in this folder is going to get backed up prior to it doing the update. Okay, now when it does the update, see here it's done for that. This is our one that we're installing, by the way, and then this is the one that we're updating. Okay, so the update is done, except that once again it at first just pulls down the information about the update pack without installing the mods. Okay, so you have the option to view things that you need before installing the mods. But let's go ahead and install the missing mods, and then we will get all the new ones. Now notice how fast this is, guys. This is runs circles around Twitch application as far as the speed at which it downloads mod. I think it does like 10 threads or something like that. So of course, depending on the speed of your internet connection, it's just really fast in how quick it pulls down mods. Okay, so once it pulls down all that information, then once again we can go out into the instance folder and see that there is all of our mods pulled down. So the pack has been updated, and then once you've checked and everything, your saves and stuff would have been restored, and your resource packs and all that kind of stuff. Then you can see that you could choose whether to keep this file or not. Okay, once you've checked your updates. But here in the MultiMC, we're good to go again for that pack. So now we have updated that mod pack and updated all the mods inside of it. So super nice to do. Okay, so let's continue with the one that we are installing, which is here. Again, I pulled it down, I created the instance, I linked to the folder, I pulled down the mod pack. Now I just need to install the missing mods. Okay, and so it's going to go through and it's going to pull down all of those mods. And now I do also want to show you in this mod pack, for instance, we're also going to install Optifine, for instance. So let's go in and we're going to grab Optifine. I have it out here on the disk, but you'll want to go to optifine.net to download it. Only download it from there, guys. And we're going to grab Optifine. I just copied it to my clipboard. Okay, and I'm going to go out here into the mods folder, and let's close this because I believe that's the other one that I had. And let's get, by the way, you can hover over this to see where your folder is, and you can go into this file under open mod pack and choose open folder, and it will take you to the folder where the mod pack is. Okay, so here in the mods inside of there, I'm going to paste Optifine. Okay, so now I'm adding Optifine to this pack. So it's a non-curse forge mod that you're adding to the pack. So let's go ahead and go to it, and then we can choose sync with folder. Okay, and sync with folder will show us that we have this Optifine here. Okay, and we can provide a link to it. In this case, that's not going to work because the online link is not going to help us. Okay, it's not a valid link that it's going to recognize, because see, this validate links. Okay, so we're going to do it in the manner of import non-curse mods here. Okay, and then it'll show us that and allow us to give it a mod name. So I'll name it Optifine. I think it was what, E4, E3, I think. Yeah, E3. Okay, Optifine E3. All right, and so it's going to be on the list now in the name that we have given it, and then it'll give us the file name. Okay, for it here. So that added Optifine to our pack. All right, and once we go back into MultiMC, we actually pasted it into MultiMC, but of course MultiMC would reflect that change. So when I go into loader mods here, it's going to show me Optifine on the list as well. Okay, in the name that I gave it. So here's Optifine, actually the name on disk in that case. Okay, so here it is. in there. And so that's how you add some external mods that you may want to add to it. Okay, so basically, like I say, we now have this ModPack installed. We would be able to launch and play from there. Just some quick notes for MultiMC. You're going to want to edit the instance and go to settings and make some settings for it. You can get 64-bit Java, you need to have that. Your memory, you'll need to up probably it, you know, if you have your global settings set properly, you won't need to adjust this all the time, but give it around 5 or 6 gigs. And then here you can put in JVM arguments. Again, this is specific to that ModPack. There's also a global area where you can make those settings as well under Java. That basically has the same things. So you can make your settings there. But I do have other videos on the channel on MultiMC. So guys, I think that provides a pretty good introduction to the power of ModPack Manager. Now we can also, of course, delete the ModPack. We can remove it here, and if I choose remove ModPack, it's going to give me the option of if I want to delete it from the disk, in which case it's going to delete the folders and stuff that it added, its mod folders and stuff like that, you know, the mod files and stuff. Really, when you're working with MultiMC, it's probably best to do it the other side, to delete the instance first here in MultiMC, and then relaunch ModPack Manager for it to recognize the change that this is gone, but it'll update itself and remove that. Again, I'm going to do future videos on some more advanced topics with this, but that I think provides a good overview, and this is an excellent application, ModPack Manager by Speiger and Instinx. I'll leave the download link in the description, and guys, please like and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them, and Speiger will be happy to answer them. So thanks so much for watching. This is Scott O'Mato. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.